You're not to cry, yo. Jesus is always there for you. He doesn't answer any phone call when you need his help. Always there for you, the best ever. He's there, always there. He's there by your side. He's there, always there. Jesus is there by your side. He's there, always there. He's there by your side. He's there, always there. Jesus is there by your side.
I got a free performance. I love it. Can we continue from here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Right. Take me back a little bit. You know, you've name dropped a few names, but I really want to start from Kochai. You're from Venda, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And you then came, I don't know if you came to Pretoria straight, and then you went to Jozi, then you came to Pretoria.
Yes, we have a family house in Jozi.
Yeah. And then now you're cross-bordering. So take me through that journey. How did you firstly, why and when did you decide or you're leaving Venda?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, as you're saying, then maybe we start from first thing first, you know. Yeah, as I told you that I took a decision, I started music. I think I started playing professionally when I was 15, 16, 17. However, music, the love of music started from my childhood. I would compose songs. Even when the bus was passing, I think I was 6, 7 years, then I would just compose a song about that bus. Yeah. And then if I see people, then I will just compose a song. My mother will take me to these traditional dances. When I come back, I will start to teach her how to dance and then sing all those songs where they were singing there. So from there, growing up, Sunday school, then obvious I was number one, leading the kids there. And then at high school, then I managed to, I got an opportunity to lead one of the award-winning choir, Chipetane High School. They used to win awards there. So the teacher who was teaching them music, she was very, very good. May her soul rest in peace. Rest in peace. So she saw talent in me. She gave me an opportunity to work with the choir. Then I started working with the choir. Then I was doing good and stuff. And I had a small body, but now you know the thing about dynamites coming from small packages. From there, after matric, then I went to the University of Venda to study music. Then I went to study music. I was doing the likes of saxophones and then the piano. Unfortunately, I couldn't do voice because my voice was too soft for the notes, for the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, dos and stuff. Then they told me to just play a lot of American R&B, then to work on my voices. From there, I came to Joburg, and then when I was in Joburg, things were a bit hard. I was going to this other studio, GTP. Then things were not easy. Then I found a church in Pretoria. Then I started playing drums for them. So they were giving me accommodation, food, and small an allowance, you know. So then I started. There was a time where I was the best drummer in Pretoria. I used to inspire a lot of drummers. There are people who are playing professionally now. Like there's this other boy from Venda called Mpho Majiga. He's playing for many groups from Venda. More especially from Venda. I inspired him, and then he started even playing. I introduced him to Mpho Majiga when he was still working with Joyous Celebration for Wangamrenas and stuff. Then he started playing for Mpho as well. So then pianos, then I started doing the vocals and stuff, and then I also managed to do sound engineering. That's why you see me sitting on these machines. But the story behind this sound engineering is very interesting, and it's also a learning curve. I just met this other man. He was tired of those qualified, highly qualified engineers. He said, I'm looking for an engineer. I said, it's myself. I said, I'm not joking. I didn't even know how to operate a computer then. I said, no, it's me. We went to the studio. Then I just used some skills I learned from my friend when we were watching movies on the computer. Then I remembered that we pressed then double click to open some programs. So then a few months later, I was now starting to teach him a lot of things from the computer. That I found out because I was spending much time on the computer. I was experimenting. I was finding a lot of things. Then he was shocked. Then I went to enroll with a private school, then for sound engineering. So now, yeah, that's my story for sound engineering. But then I skipped your question about when did I decide to come here.
Yeah.
Those days when you were back there in the bundus, in the ghettos, it was hard to have connections. So I wanted to connect to the world because it was always my dream to connect, to be an international musician. So sitting in Venda, those days it was gonna take me a lifetime, cost me a lifetime. So one day I was sitting, I just decided, let me go to Gauteng, where there are better resources, so that I can work on myself. From there, jump into the world. Yes.
All right. So did you have your full support, Yabatwari? Because I know in the black community, music is looked at as a hobby until you actually make it. But before then, it's like to go find a real job.
I like what you said, until you make it.
Yeah.
Ne? First, when the day I passed matric and I said, I'm going to do music. Yeah, they didn't understand. No, they didn't. I remember my first, for me to get the student card, my granny, may also her soul rest in peace, my granny one day was sitting and just said, no man, let me just take the money that I've saved and give Muduru Anga, my grandson, to go to pay at school. But at home, they didn't understand. And then my father started being also supportive. Like, they loved my music. Ne? From singing at church and what. My parents were even invited one day. But, Ori, you can enroll for music. It was something else for them, They wanted to hear me sing about some other professions and then do music as a hobby, because they even gave examples. Look at so and so. I said, no, I'm not so and so. I want to go far. And those people, people have even forgotten about them. The so and so they were giving as an example, because I wanted this experience. I wanted to know music, to know what I was doing, to know, yes, I'm singing, but I want to know the notes, what I'm singing, which note is it, keyboard I was playing, but I wanted to know the names of these buttons, everything, because when you are in the professional world, they don't even talk that language that we're using it growing up. They will just say, go to F sharp, go to G. So if you don't, they didn't go to school, or if you didn't go through classes for that, then you will just look at them and say, what is G?
What is G?
Or give me the key, whether you will take out your car keys and and try to give them, However, as you are saying, when they start to see the progress, I remember my mom one day saying, hey, just leave my child alone. Let him just do what he wants, And now they're the happiest, they are the proudest.
Right.
Yes.
So mentioning names that you worked on, we worked with, Brasoli, Bo Prince, you've worked with Teboho,
Yes.
I'm curious, what is it that you were working on, and how did you meet all these people, and what projects were these? Like, if you could further elaborate or Nelispana on what and so all these things.
Yeah, let me start with Prince Peter, because I'm sitting at his studio right now, Face of Music, and that's where I managed to meet a lot of people, the Winnie Mashabas. So Winnie Mashaba, I was doing overdubs for her show. For her show, one of her show that she recorded at the State Theatre. That's when I worked with her. And then I worked with Matlakala. I programmed for her. Then I met Solly Moholo while he was working with Prince. From there, I was introduced also. I started as an engineer. That's why now, if we call him, he said, my engineer. Yeah, so I started by engineering for him until in 2021. Then he was in a funeral. Then he had this other ZC song that I did, and the bass guitar was like of Faxa Dube. I played with the keyboard, but it was like a live. Faxa Dube, the guy was programming for the or the old man was programming for the Oliseng, the Solly Moholo, and all those ZCC gurus. So now he asked who recorded this. Then they said Mpho. Then that's when I also started programming for him. Then even the song, the piano songs that he did recently, and the other unreleased songs that are in the PC. Then yeah, I was playing the keys for him. And then I also mentioned Jabu Kavinde. So Jabu, I won't lie, I didn't work with him on Vuyo Mkwena's project or Rebecca Malupe. We were working on other people's projects, you know. Yeah. And I just missed by an inch to work with Mpho Majiga because he was staying at the same place. So, but we were doing other projects for other people. But working with him, a guy who worked with those who made those big artists, it was a very serious learning curve. And also, like I said, the man I used to take as my big brother, Den Chanda, my legend, he was having a lot of groups in his stable. I worked with him. So I learned a lot of things. So I've been blessed to work with most legends in South Africa. It's just that now I'm still crying that I want to see myself maybe working with Lindela Mkhize and do a song with Chico.
Yeah.
Then I will be,
Right.
Yes.
So any project or any studio session that you can remember now that had, like, you have never forgotten, that was very, very interesting for you?
To be honest, guys, don't be much political out there when you listen to this, but honestly speaking, I think it was in 2021, I had an opportunity to do songs. I think it was the manifesto songs for EFF. So that was the best session ever for me. And then because I even managed to work with the late Zahara there. So that was my best session. Yes.
Oh man, this is interesting. So going forward, what is Mpho working on?
Yeah, I'm working on my Afro Disco album, which is coming out very, very soon. So as I first dropped the single last year called Chiginga. It's doing very well. It's the first song for me, like it's going, you know, it's really doing it in the market. Yeah. So, and then this year I've dropped a single called Kumbule Kaya, which is doing very, very well. So in March this year, 2024, then I'm dropping the full album. From there, I will be very, very busy with the tours, more especially with the tours, music tours, more especially outside the country. As you know that this music is mainly loved outside there. So, yeah, I will be very, very busy this year.
Okay, from somebody who's very experienced, who has been in and out of studios and all of this thing. What would you say to upcoming musicians, whether behind the scenes, because we seem to forget already. I bet there's people behind these machines. There's people who are working these instruments.
Yes.
Everyone just wants to be on the forefront and on front of the camera. They forget or there are other jobs or job opportunities in the music industry. So what would you say, Hormoto? I don't know, but I want to be in the industry from someone who has a lot of experience.
If you want to be in the industry, you must not have a small heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know it better.
Yeah.
So you must have a very, very big heart, and then you must have 3 Ds, what I call 3 Ds: determination, discipline, and dedication. If you have these 3 Ds, then you will make it. So because you have to love what you are doing, to be dedicated, and if you love what you are doing, money comes as a reward. The challenge with our people, more especially youngsters, is that whenever they think of recording, they think of a studio, they always see themselves in fancy cars. They always, even if they manage to do a hit and then buy those things or have money, they forget about investing. So you have to invest, you have to spend wisely, very, very wisely, because music, sometimes you can be in the market, sometimes you can go down, you see. So you must be very, very, very careful. So, but it needs a lot of hard work, because especially look at my side, like there's another part we did which we didn't touch.
Okay.
The acting part.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot for me, because if I was not dedicated, if I didn't have those 3 Ds, I couldn't go for acting, come back to the studio work, then also do my stuff, because doing your stuff, it's very difficult, because you have many clients, and then you are thinking of the clients. Maybe this other one's doing Sion music, the other one Barcelona music, the other one R&B, the other one my piano, the other one something else. You are doing something else. You are going for acting, but you must be able to adapt. When you get here, you must be able to adapt.
It makes me curious then, following that up. What do you do to distress, to defrost? What does Mpho Majiga do for fun?
Soccer. Yes, as you can see these days, I'm wearing number 7. I'm Ronaldo, because I love Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo too much. So I decided to buy new, lovely, beautiful soccer boots. Then I exercise. I train with under 17 here in Soshanguve. Then from there, what happened is in December I went home. Then I found that there's a team from my village. People are based here in Gauteng. It's called Hamucha Masters. So I've joined that team, and guess what? I'm the captain, because I'm very fit. I'm very old, but you know, yeah, I'm trying my best, and I'm playing very well. So that's why I forget even about music. I forget everything when I'm there on the grounds.
Right.
Yes.
So you are a man with many hats. And let me quickly just thank you for this time that you have spent with us. It's been a great honor. I only see you from time to time, Mara, from outside. So getting to know you a little bit better like this has been eye-opening. It makes me respect you 10 times more. Thank you so very much.
Yes.
Last words from you, and also where can people find you on socials?
Yeah, they can find me in all socials. I'm Mpho Majiga, MPHO space. My surname is Majiga, and then if they want to text me, and then they can on phone numbers digitally is 078 381 9090. 078-381-9090. You know that if you're outside South Africa, you can just put that code +27 78 381 9090. My last words, because I spoke a lot of things to encourage people, I will just say, love yourself and stay focused.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.